Welcome everyone. Today I want to speak about the rainbow and what it means. A lot of people know that it means a promise, which is not untrue, but there is more to the rainbow. So let me read to you from Genesis chapter 9, verse 12 and 13. And God said, "This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth." So that's like the Lord made a covenant, right? It's saying here that he made a covenant, and because he made this covenant, the sign of the covenant was the rainbow. But what does the rainbow actually represent? Because we also see it around God's throne. If we go to Revelation chapter 4, verse 3, it says, "And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone, and there was a rainbow round about the throne, in a sight like unto an emerald." So there was a rainbow round about the throne. So you have the rainbow also in the heavenlies around God's throne. So he did not create the rainbow here on the earth, but the rainbow existed in heaven as well. So it exists in heaven as well. So because it is around God's throne, it's representing life. Let me read another Bible verse to you, and that's from Proverbs chapter 9. Verse 1, "Wisdom had builded her house. She had hewn out her 7 pillars." So we know that our body is like a house. In the New Testament, we find a Bible passage where it says that when a demon goes out of the house, which represents a human being, then he goes and takes other 7 spirits, and then he returns to his house. If he finds it empty, then they enter, right? So a house is compared to a human being, the body of a human being. And we see here that wisdom had builded her house. So the house being or representing a human being, it also can represent a human being. And the house has 7 pillars. The rainbow has 7 colors. And when God set his rainbow in the clouds, he made a covenant between him and every living creature. But what was the covenant about? To not destroy life anymore. So the rainbow does not represent just a promise or a covenant. It represents life. Actually, the body that you have, it has 7 pillars. The rainbow, 7 colors. So it represents you. It represents life. And a life has 7 pillars, so to say. And it's around God's throne. So whenever you see the rainbow, it's not only about a covenant, but it's about life. And when God shows you the rainbow, he's saying, "I want you to have life. I came to give you life, and life more abundantly." He wants you to live. So that's a promise. Whenever you see the rainbow, it's God's promise that he wants you to live. He gave you life. Whatever you are fighting with, whatever situation is infused with death in your life, you can actually speak to it, because you can say to it, "That's God's promise, life." You can break that situation or change that situation using words of life. So you may want to think about a strategy having 7 parts, 7 pillars. God is a strategic God, and sometimes he gives us strategies, right? And those strategies have a perfect number. And very often that number is either 7 or 3. So if you have been seeing the number 333 and 777, it means that God wants you to be strategic. Very often, these numbers, they have a meaning, but they can have a specific meaning in different times of your life, in different time frames of your life. So 333 may mean one thing now, and then later on, it can mean something else, because a number can have multiple meanings, and you need to find out what it means for you in that moment. So if you have seen these numbers, it means that God is bringing you unto completion. He's completing something in your life, but He also wants you to be strategic. Create strategies or make up your mind to focus on this number in whatever you are doing. Whatever you are doing throughout the day, you can choose this number as a number of completion. If the Lord has been showing you the rainbow, it means that He wants you to have an abundant life, because the rainbow is about life. It's not only about making a covenant, but what kind of covenant? It's the covenant of life, abundance, multiplication. That's what God desires for you. I hope that this message spoke to you. Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to give to God, the link is in the description box below. Share this with a lot of people. Many blessings and have a wonderful day.